we are now switched to the service Stagecoach 41 from Queen Elizabeth Hospital to Heartlands Hospital, run by Stagecoach bosses based out of Rugby, but not for long. After 2 years of operating around this area, Stagecoach Rugby will no longer be running this service 41. Instead, it will return to the previous operator, National Express West Midlands, who will run it out of Acocks Green and will extend up to Buckland End to replace part of the former Diamond Bus 93 service that was withdrawn at the end of 2022. And so that means no more Stagecoach in this area. I repeat, no more Stagecoach in this area, except for the Solihull 188, 87 and 82, and also the X20, which are provided by certain garages, with the Coventry runs being provided by Nuneaton, and of course the X20 provided by Leamington. So, engine's just started, but we're now 3 minutes late. So doors are about. So we're just about to depart. So we do apologise for the delay that's been inconvenience this may cause. So we're on our way. So this route goes via Acocks Green, which replaced the old 36 service years ago. I believe it was part of the old IGO 36, part of Claravel's as well. Because I know Claravel's covered most of this patronage, but NX will be fully taken over the running of the journey. We were doing another Stagecoach route previously, up at the queuing back in the summertime. I think it was June time when we did the farewell to the 46. Before that got partially integrated with the X20 Bromsgrove run, and also the 48 that goes from West Brom all the way down to Hawkesley, which is spelled as Hawkesley. So we're now on our way to Heartlands. So this goes via Acocks Green. So this goes through Acocks Green. Sounds of the humming of the E200 with a Wolf gearbox. I think the gearbox is Wolf, I don't know, but I know it's an Alexander Dennis Bodycontroller 200 Mark 1 style with the interior, because the other ones are like the standard type like on National Express West Midlands buses. So we all by the University of Birmingham, the UOB. Because when we did the farewell to the 46, we did the 169 to Solihull from King's Heath. If you remembered. Anyway, just passing us is the 61, the Birmingham to Franklin service, run by Birmingham Central Garage, along the Bristol Road, and there's a red and white livery. There's still a few red and white livery National Express buses still about. Here comes another one, this one being a 63 bound for Franklin, but partially, that one's got covered with advertising. So this is the Bristol Road corridor that goes all the way down to Bristol, in the West Country. Express taken over. I think I saw one of the B7s possibly route assessing the 41 ready for National Express to take over the running of the service. I think it might be a B7 operated route. It depends if it's low bridges, it'll have to be either it'll be possibly single decks, but fingers crossed, I think double deckers may likely go on it again. It depends if there's a low bridge at Buckland End. So you can hear the sound of humming of the E200. Obviously we have to be at a speed because of cars in front of us. But yep. So we're also down by Pebble Mill now. Now Pebble Mill used to be where the old BBC Birmingham was broadcasted live from before they transferred their operations over to the mailbox, and that is famous for hello and welcome to Midlands Today, the headlines tonight. So we're just going to be turning to the left shortly. Alright, here we go. We're now going direct, so we're going down. So this is the 41 down towards Moseley. So that's the Colthorpe Estates at Pebble Mill. So you can see all the crispy leaves are down on the ground now, because obviously it's now the change of the weather now, because we've changed from like the lovely bright summer to gloomy autumn, and then soon it'll be gloomy winter. we're now by Birmingham Wildlife Conservation Park. This is where I never realised there was like a wild animal welfare here. So I thought all the main wilderness. So anyway, there's the wildlife. So I think this is the old Pebble Mill BBC base, I don't know, maybe not, or it might be further back. So if you remember when we went along the Bristol Road, that was the old patronage that was covered by the legendary 144 who used to run from Birmingham to Worcester. So there's a lawnmower. So this is a bit of a tight turn on this route, but I do like 41. So anyway, here comes a Volvo B7TL, a Wright Gemini hybrid vehicle, and that's on the 45 from Birmingham to Longbridge. And we're also now coming up to Edgbaston Cricket Club, well, home in Warwickshire County Cricket Club. So going straight goes into the city, but the 41 doesn't touch the city, it goes like beyond the city. So we've got loads of cricket fans all queuing up for that largest cricket ground. So we've got all the coaches here. So anyway, there's an electric bus, E277, well everyone calls it 277 because the E means electric. So we've got loads of fans. Obviously I'm not allowed to because of GDPR reasons, but even though it's public, we've got to always respect everyone's privacy. Well, now there's a lot of folks queuing up. There's the cricket shop as well. Also, Johnson's coaches are providing the coach service to the ground. Johnson's have got some nicer coaches. And they used to do the service work, if you remembered, but obviously the service work went to Diamond, but now half of that is taken on by these lots. Stagecoach based at Leamington and Nuneaton. So we're going to, so this goes to Allen Rock. Now this is once in a lifetime, this route will be, and then National Express takes over the running of the service. So also alongside bus service number 1. So you've got bus service number 1 that goes alongside the 41. The 35 that goes from Moseley to Birmingham. That's managed by Yardley Wood Garage for National Express West Midlands. Because a lot of the Solihull work are provided by Acocks and of course Yardley Wood. And also Birmingham Central on the X12 service that goes to Birmingham City Centre along with the airport terminal. Maybe Acocks Green, maybe Yardley Wood, I don't know. service down to Acocks Screen. I think that's managed by Acocks Screen Garage. Maybe, maybe not. Just about to pass is the Yardley Wood operated 35 from Yardley Wood, Yardley Wood Garage. It's going from Birmingham to Hawksley. Hawksley to Birmingham, 35. And this one's form part. Past us is a Diamond Bus Right Street Deck Ultra Liner, and I think that is on the 50 service to Birmingham. Yeah, it is the 50. Moseley, so we just crossed the 50, so you've got an 400 mmc on the 50, both NX and Diamond. The NX50 only goes from Birmingham to Druids Heath, while the Diamond one goes only to Maypole. And then there's the 50A variant, which runs during the peaks, that goes on to Redditch. And that's really nice to see Diamond investing in ADL Enviro 400 MMCs, because normally they wouldn't use those type of vehicles, and that's really nice. So now stepping forward, as well as them using their street lights, street decks and vans and Mercedes less buses. So here we go. There's a Marks and Spencer's food hall. Scan your Sparks card to get your shopping for free. Quantity needed. Thank you for shopping at Sparks. 6th route. So now in Sparkhill. So this is Spring Road station, served by West Midlands Railway trains on the Stratford line. Series numbers going back into effect after they went absent for many years. There's a 630 version. So then, after a pause here at Acocks Green, we're now on our way to Heartlands. And then after Heartlands, we will go to Sparkhill. And of course, this is where the outer circle terminates. It goes from Acocks Green to Perry Barn. One of the busiest popular routes around the Birmingham area. Stagecoach and Alexander getting spotted in Bar 200. Before we want to queue in. A hitch here. We were 10 minutes late, and unfortunately we are still needed to get over to the Heartlands hospital to get the 73 service to Solihull, but sadly the traffic lights, the temporary traffic lights in front has actually slowed the journey down. So that means there are delays, so we're likely having to get the next 73 to Solihull. This isn't looking good, to be honest. So, lights have gone on green. Well, but that's only for the left-hand lane. We need to turn right, because we're going to get round to the to the Heartlands, because this is like a long journey all the way from the Queen Elizabeth. So just took ages. Like, it's like we've gone out of our way. We need to get to Heartlands because the time is nearly 2 o'clock roughly. 73 will soon be there, and it's likely we'll miss the first one, but the route is half hourly, so that's alright. So at least there's a half hour coverage on the 73. So we're going to get through Allen Rock, because that is where it's located, because we need to get to Allen Rock, and then we can proceed straightwards towards so left hand traffic signal has gone red, so that means us can continue, but we do hope that we could get to Allen Rock in good time. I think the 73 is behind us, so just waiting for traffic lights to it's gone green. Nightmare around here. So going left goes to the city, but we want to turn right and go on to the Heartlands, because we need to get to Heartlands. So there's the 16. So we're still likely that we won't get the 73, but if we do it, we're lucky. So it's like it departs in like 5 minutes time. So traffic lights now on red. So we still need to get to Heartlands. So we turn left, so the 41, so it's likely we'll miss the 73, the first one, but there's no panic, there is another one that will be due, and it's all Volvo B7 RLA Bright Eclipse Urban Mark IIs. So we'll get there as soon as we can, because I know we're really late, super late. It's like we've done it for like nearly 1.5 hours, which would be like nearly 2 hours to get to Heartlands, and then the next thing is we can do that in super fast time, get to Birmingham, and the station is full. So this is the one awkward moment, just trying to get in to the Heartlands Hospital. Now this route has to race all the way, so now we're trying to pick up speed, so I know this is going to be awkward trying to get round to the Heartlands Hospital, because like it's like 3 minutes, 2 minutes before the 73 departs, but if the 73 is late, then well, I know it's on time, but so we'll just might have to hang around for half an hour for the next 73, that will be the one to Solihull. So this isn't looking very good, because I realised that because what we did, we left the queuing really late. stuck in traffic so we had a lot of traffic jams, so you can see this is getting even worse. I've just had a look in the tracking system. There is actually one running late towards Allen Rock, so that's good. So at least still checked. Hopefully, if there's a guarantee, we can get on the 73, but there is a bit of a 99% doubt that we will, because it is a bit doubtful, but we'll do our best to make sure we are on that service on the 73. Building up. Chelmsley run. So you got 97 compared to the 97A from Chelmsley Wood to Birmingham. But with the A going to the airport, and then I saw the 17 being toll cross being run with the 17A. There's the 28 towards Great Bar. Just overtaking the other 28, that was Great Bar. So, not looking good, to be honest. Because we need to still get to Heartlands. I think we've been on it forever. Because now we have to wait for another 73 that will get us into Solihull by 3 o'clock. And then it will be onto the train service towards where we'll finish. Because at least you can do that in super fast time, get into Birmingham, and the station is full. Well, anyway, there's a sign here for Heartlands, so that's good that we're not far from the hospital. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get on. Sadly not. Here we are at Heartlands Hospital. So then guys, this is the 41 between QE Hospital and Heartlands. So there are some changes coming up. That's going to be affecting this service. So just bear with me and I'll read out the following changes that is affecting this service. So as you know, November will see Transport for West Midlands contracts. Like there'll be new TFWM contracts, and some services will have new operators, and also will be saying goodbye to Stagecoach in the Birmingham area. And of course, this route, being a Stagecoach route, is no exception. So the 41 from QE Hospital to Heartlands via Moseley and Acocks Green from the 2nd of November. This service will once again be operated by National Express West Midlands of Acocks Green, and a new timetable will be introduced to improve the reliability, and the route will extend from Heartlands Hospital to Buckland End during the off-peak times via Ward End and Stechford. It is to restore a link provided by the former Diamond Bus Service 93 from Erdington to Ward End, which was withdrawn in 2022. So here we go. On our way to Heartlands. And this is also to save dead mileage for the operations that come from Rugby Garage, because this is run by Stagecoach of Rugby. Anyway, we're now in Sparkhill. So anyway, here we are at Acocks Green Library. Alright, then we're now doing the last leg of the journey. Between so we're now doing the last stretch of the route from QE to Heartlands. So this is a really, really long route, this one is, the 41. So National Express West Midlands will take over the running of the service. Anyway, there's Birmingham over there. I know we were running extremely late on this service, but at least we made it to the 73, thank goodness, because we thought we would have ditched that and had to wait half hour for another one. And then we got to Solihull and the area was full. That's because we were coming to the peak times when the whole... And then the next thing was get to Cradley Heath on the train. And then the next thing, the whole area was full. Here we are at Heartlands Hospital.